Okay, happy Monday. Rolling out. This is Crystal Jordan with Reality Check, and we're getting started a little late right now, but I think the wait will be absolutely worth it when you get a chance to be introduced to my next guest. He needs no introduction. He is a Grammy Award winning artist that has a type of music that just warms our soul. I'm so excited to be talking to him as my first guest, my first official guest for Black Music Month. Please help me welcome Mr. Anthony Hamilton. Add him here. All right. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. I think we still.
Yeah, I think when I join in, it's still doing the echo. Yeah, but when you were talking, it was flawless.
It was flawless. Well, we're going again. I think is there enough?
Is that what?
Do you have computer that came up from your mic? Or is it on your app?
This is on my laptop.
Okay. Do you have a attached to it?
A microphone?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh wow.
You need me to? I have headphones. I don't know if that'll do any difference.
You know what? Good.
Let me try to hook it up to my Bluetooth or something.
Okay.
We're gonna get it right. Huh?
I was just get it together.
Yeah, we're gonna get it together. All this new way of life. Man. Let me try that and see. Bluetooth on.
I don't even. I'm not. Let me see.
Hopefully it'll.
Did it connect? We still hear. You know what? My head. And we'll try.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try. Better?
Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear that?
Not as bad.
I can't hear.
You can't hear me? So that.
I'm not. I cannot hear. What the heck?
I understand it.
Just a second. Just trying to get the audios together. Okay.
All right. We're gonna be all right.
You know what, Anthony? Okay, guys, we're gonna try this one more time. I apologize so very much for the technical difficulties. I don't have this, and as soon as we get someone like Anthony Hamilton, um, issues come. So I did. I tried to turn the volume down. We tried to just reconnect to the broadcast. Happy Monday. Hopefully, Anthony will be able to rejoin right away, and we'll be able to get into this. He has a new single that I'm excited to hear about, and for him to be able to share with you guys. And just to hear from him during Black Music Month. Okay, we're gonna see if we can add him back to the broadcast right now. Okay, we're gonna see if we can add him back. It's still echoing, but it's not quite as bad. How are you, Anthony?
I'm good.
How are you, Anthony?
I hear you twice, but it's cool.
I'm so sorry. I was so excited to hear. I'm just gonna talk and then let you talk. So because people don't want to hear from me anyway, they want to hear from you.
They want to hear
You
from
have
you
this
too.
new single. You have this new single featuring Rick James of all people. Tell us about the single. Tell us about how you've been staying sane during this time of pandemic and everything else going on.
Well, I have three little ones. I have three little ones here, and they keep me pretty busy. So between cooking and helping out with laundry and doing a lot of online, I've been online ever since. So that's keeping me extremely busy, and protesting and doing whatever I have to do. Yeah, I've been working more. Seems like now than before.
So I noticed that you actually were one of the first people that did the virtual concerts. You did one on, I believe, IG. Initially, we were told that we had to stay inside the house, and everybody was kind of panicking, and people weren't able to get out and actually see live performances. You actually did, like I said, one of the first ones on IG. What inspired you to do that, and kind of started a whole domino effect, and more artists started doing that? But what was behind you, just doing that initially when it started?
Give people a sense of normalcy and to just kind of numb the discomfort and things that we were experiencing at that time. It was a whole new thing, and it was a lot of fear, a lot of people in panic mode. So I know music is really powerful, so I wanted to use what it was I had to help out the best way I could, and why not sing and dance for 'em? Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep muting me when you're talking, and vice versa, so that people can actually get this information. Your music is, I think, just soul music. Period is one of the most powerful tools that we have, because it changes people's mood, it uplifts them. And your music has really always done that. From the first single, that from your first single, coming where I'm from, it really was like a song that touched people's hearts and made them. It was reminiscent, but then it also was uplifting. And I wonder, especially with this being Black Music Month and there being so much going on, do you feel like we need more music and more of this type of thing to kind of help us keep our spirits uplifted during this time?
Payment is very important because it's one of those things that can, whether it be a movie, a book, or whatever, it takes you away from where you are. It can change your mental space. It can shift energies, and people can travel through music, through movies, through the arts. Kind of create a new lane for you to travel, and it's very important to have. I think the content that you put out now is very important. It has to have substance. It has to have healing and things in it that uplift people and give and change the energy.
Yeah. All right, you got a book that came out maybe last year, or the year before. And I love the title because it was like cornbread, fish, and collard greens, I believe. And it's funny because you came to Atlanta and did a talk here at the Gathering Spot, and I remember thinking like his music makes me feel like I'm eating cornbread and collard greens. Like it's just that soulful, down home music that really touches the soul. Tell us about what inspired you to put out a book and what the reception was. 'Cause I'm sure your fans got a chance to get to know your personality a little bit better, with that project.
Wanting to have an extension of myself and to give the fans something a little different. My team, we all got together, Paige, uh, Eli, and myself, and we even had Zane to come in and to help edit. Um, some of the people, Chris, Sharice, so many people on the team felt it was a great idea. And Paige actually said, "It's cornbread, fish, and collard greens." And I said, "You know what? Yeah." And I was like, because they represent things like stability, uh, bread being solid, uh, the fish, serenity, and the ability to be able to maneuver through life. And the greens are what feeds you, gives you the soul, the nourishment from family, and so it was just a setup that was already set up. So I just went with it.
I love that. Definitely. I didn't know those. I didn't know those particular things. But I know that the food, when we think about those foods, is definitely things that feed your spirit, and and the words can feed your soul. Now you go from that, and we know that you've done some powerful collaborations in your musical history with Nas, Jill Scott, different people like that, and now you have a collaboration with Rick James. Tell us about the new single "Back Together" and how did this collaboration with the one and only Rick James come about?
Being in the studio with Knife Wonder up in Durham, North Carolina, working. We had done some songs already, like 3 or 4 songs that night, 3 songs, and I was leaving. It's about 2:30 in the morning, and he started playing this Fire and Desire. And I'm a big, huge Rick James fan. I have been since I was young. And I put my backpack down and I went into the booth and I freestyled. It was hard from the start. I knew you never. And right at that moment, Rick James said, "Leave him." I was like, "Oh, from here on out, he's featured on this record." Yeah, it's just what gotta like put things in place, and I think that was just a magical moment that was made, and we had to do it. We had to celebrate Rick James and feature him on this record. I was excited. We had to go through some legal stuff to make sure that it was agreed upon, and that his estate was on board with it, and they felt good about the imaging and the sound and the song. So I was happy that they were on board. So here we are, me and Rick James.
That's dope. That's really dope, especially because when your publicist shared the information, I was like, well, you were on Dave Chappelle's show, and we know that Dave Chappelle is obviously a huge Rick James fan as well, and so you've been able to just kind of keep. I mean, you're always a part of the culture and what's going on. But was that experience being doing a cameo or on Dave Chappelle? Was that something that kind of led to this, or you always were just a really big Rick James fan?
Was always a big Rick James fan, and but that let me see a different side of his personality when Dave brought his character and allowed us to see different sides of him. Um, and Dave was very instrumental in opening my whole demographic up. It changed everything. So
I want to ask you. A lot of us put your music on when we want to feel inspired. What music inspires you, and what music has inspired you from the time you were younger?
wow. um, I'm a big hip hop fan as well. Everything from gospel, from Andre Crouch, James Cleveland, Pastor Shirley Caesar, and John Key, all those great singers, and you have Jodeci and Boys to Men, and man, those great groups from the past. Ready for the World, uh, yeah, so many. Gladys Knight, Aretha Franklin, and then you have the Jill Scotts, and, man, Jasmine Sullivan's, all these great people, and Fantasia's, her, Daniel Caesar's. Then you have 50 Cent, and I like the rappers. I like Kendrick Lamar. Man, I'm a big hip hop fan. Rhapsody, D Smoke, Migos. I like it all. Juicy J, 8 Ball and MJG. Yeah, Rick Ross. I'm a big fan now. All those cats and all the women who bring it as well. Um, I just love it all. Country. I've done country records with Josh Turner, duet with him. John Rich from Big and Rich. I've done some blues for Johnny Lang, with Buddy Guy. Man, I've sung pretty much every genre of music almost. I've collaborated with, which is a blessing. It keeps my name out, and it just builds, you know, alongside with the legacy, and it feels good.
You know, hip hop. I knew you were a big hip hop fan because of the people that you've collaborated with, Big Crit, Naj. You know this. It would be really cool to see you do something with Kendrick Lamar. But what about, like, I always want to ask someone that does such beautiful love songs, what is their absolute favorite go-to love song? I have a friend that is a DJ, and he DJs weddings, and I know that your songs are big at weddings. But what is your go-to love song if you're trying to set a mood with your lady?
Uh, wow. I love. Uh, it's getting late. Why are you still here, girl? Have you made up your mind? Do you wanna make love tonight? Ready for the world. Oh, 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 girl, tonight. That one is great. And then you can go some more soulful stuff like, how do you mean a broken heart? You go to little Al Green and Teddy Pendergrass when you want them lights off. Turn them off. Turn off the lights. You got all that, and it just depends on which side of romance you want to be on. Uh, you want to take it there, take it there. You ready for the ready for you ready for the world, and then Al Green gets oh, he's attentive, he cares, and then you end that whole thing up with old Teddy P. Turn them lights off. Let's get on. Go, come on, girl.
I love that. That is awesome. That, you know what, when you said, when you were talking about inspiration and you mentioned Ready for the World, I was like, that is, I think they're just super underrated. And you're right, the song definitely just put you in the mood, especially if you're from that era. I don't know if the younger people know anything about Ready for the World. You should do a remake or something to bring it back.
They had it was romantic. It wasn't just sex. I think a lot of the music now, it skips past the romance and the courting and the talking on the phone all night and writing the number down on paper and falling asleep on the phone. You sleep? No, I ain't sleep. I'm sleepy, but I ain't sleep. So all that is missing in the music, like all that, and it's okay. I think people got to a place to where you know it wasn't cool to be romantic, and I disagree. It's nothing more beautiful than making a woman feel like she want to smile or blush or put on her favorite dress or comb her hair a certain way for you. I think that's missing. I think women should feel like that still, and men should should be start to lead the right way, like how gentlemen are supposed to. you get a better result.
They don't, the young guys probably don't realize it's a total different result you get from a woman when the mood is set and she feels beautiful and she feels that way. That's one of the things I wanted to ask you because I know for a long time there was this feeling that R&B was dead. There was this, whole campaign that R&B was dead. But really, I think it just, like you said, the music, maybe the instrumentation was there, but the conversation was not. So you have artists that are singing and over R&B tracks, but they're not singing about love. They're singing about sex, or they're singing about money, and it's not about love. Do you think, even as we look at our community and we see the pain and just the breakdown of the Black family and all that, how big of a part do you think that music plays in how our communities are shaped?
Hard and people, you know, their argument is, well, don't listen to me, listen to your parents or whatever. But music is such a powerful tool. It's even in the Bible how powerful it is, and what you put out there, what you vibrate, is what you create. I think if you watch gangster movies all day, you want to be a gangster. If you watch gospel music all day, you want to be a pastor. So it's about what you're putting in, like what we put into our temples and what we put into our mindset. You know, eventually create that, and you start becoming what you consume. I think us as artists, we have obligation and a duty to uplift the community and to build people up and use music for the better of music, for the good of us all. And yeah, I think now with everything's going on, I think who wants to hear about, who cares about your booty clapping? Who cares about your pistols popping? I don't. Nobody care about that. Are you using that to fight? Are you using that booty to go to the poll? And are you driving by with that booty to pick up people to go vote? If not, then who cares? I've been unfollowing people, booties and all, just unfollow. You know, coming out of a marriage, I was like, I'm gonna like whatever I want to like, and then I was like, you know what? I don't think I want to just see that on my screen. So I've been, and this whole time has given me the time to really pay attention, because you can't talk about other people if you ain't cleaning up the yard yourself. So
That's true. I wanted to ask how you felt about this. There's so much going on, but I think what's inspiring to me is that you see a lot of unity, right, in the midst of pain and angst and frustration and some ills that have happened to our community for years. But at this point, because we've all sat down, you still see a lot of unity. You see a lot of support from other communities, and it feels like we're on the cusp of change. It feels that way. It feels like it's uncomfortable, but we could be on the cusp of change. I just want to ask your opinion on just looking at the community as a whole. I know a lot of people look to artists to speak out on what they feel, and not necessarily the issues, but where do you think we're headed, and how can we as a community just continue to keep the positive energy moving forward?
once white people are really listening, and white people are feeling the hurt and the burden and the they're starting to experience what conditions we've been put in when it comes to um, the protect and serve from police. They're not protecting us or serving us. A lot of them get these jobs because they want to hide. The KKK want to hide behind the blue, blue, blue. So I think there's momentum. People are awake, and I think now with the right leadership and not letting up on the gas, we could change some of the legislation and some of the laws and put people in office that really want to see change. Get some of them old white men out of office. I'm sorry, they old white, they rich, they don't rob from everybody, and all they want to do is just continue that legacy of robbing and stealing and taking from people and putting people down. And I think they do it because of the guilt of so many years. Like, you'll take guilt. When you're guilty, you've been in a relationship, and when you're guilty, you always try to make the other person the problem. You always put your mess on other people. And so if you continue to do that, you know, calling somebody else out, you don't think nobody else will ever see what your flaws are and your garbage and your mess. And so I think that's what they've done so many years. So now that, you know, they've gotten to an all time low of just hate at an all time low. It's just they can't even hold it. They can't even hide it no more. Or or they don't even care to hide it because they get away with it because of people who are in office and people who are in positions. They give them a pat on the back. Um, you know, hey, you part of the club. We're gonna get you out of this one, but stay cool. We'll give you some pay. You know, and then there's no real consequences. But now people are seeing that, and we're not going to back down, and we're not about to be quiet. It's a whole nother generation. They're a little wild, but I think they can use the wild for a good cause, and they're not stepping back. And so it's time now. We just get fed up. Either there's going to be a lot of bloodshed, or there's going to be some changes. And so we're trying to do it peacefully. We're trying to say, like, okay, we coming to you peacefully, and we're trying. You know, other than that, somebody's head gonna get cracked open.
Yeah, I appreciate you speaking to that because I think that's the way a lot of people are feeling, and I think the younger generation just realized that, hey, this is not working. We're not gonna take that. I'm gonna take a little bit of a different spin because, like I said, you're known for love and talking about love, talking about love through your music. What have you learned about love? What is the biggest lesson that Anthony Hamilton has learned about love, over the last few years?
The love is beautiful, it's powerful, and it's forgiving, and it's all those things. But you have to feed love. I think love, when it's fed and it's nurtured and it's cared for, it's even more beautiful. If you neglect it, it turns into something that's not so pleasant, um, and it can be damaging. Um, but sometimes love isn't enough to keep a relationship going. You can love somebody enough, and without the other things, like you said, feeding the love and making sure that love is okay, it won't be enough. Like I can love you, but you keep mistreating me. You keep mistreating me. You keep mistreating me. And you don't take me here. You don't do this for me. We don't do nothing. We don't build memories. We don't. And then, love don't. It won't survive on its own, and not when it's dealing with two people or three people or family or whatever. I think you have to. It's a duty. It's a way of life. It's a choice. It's just something that you have to really put time into and tend to it. Cause it's a thin line between love and hate. Man, you can be loved. She's like, I love you so much. I love you, boo. And then next thing you know, she hitting you in your head with a skillet. Because you didn't take love to, you don't take love nowhere. I've been combing my hair for 3 months straight to the side, the way you liked it. You won't take me nowhere. I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, love it's a powerful thing, and it could go both ways. It could be pleasant, or it can be just crazy. Like my eyes change. I don't want no part of that love.
It can. It definitely can. It definitely can. I appreciate that. And that's real. It can. I think if you don't tend to it, love can easily, like you said, it's a thin line. It can turn to something else. Before we get out of here, I want to thank you so much for your patience. Thank you guys for listening in because he's dropped some gems, and I'm glad we're able to kind of salvage this interview as much as possible. But tell people about the single. Where can they find it? And then what other virtual concerts or interactions are you going to be having with fans, coming up as we celebrate Black Music Month?
I have some stuff. I'm posting on my IG. If you're not following me, follow me, Anthony Hamilton Official on IG, and Anthony Hamilton Music on Facebook, and Hamilton Anthony Twitter. But Anthony Hamilton Official. I only have one Instagram. There's a few out there that are just hold on. Well, there we go. that are phony. But yeah, I post everything there and let people know. I do have something coming up for Black History Month, but I can't remember. Yeah, just don't let me lie to you. Be watching, be me, you, in the barcades. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely doing some more online stuff, and I'll be on tonight with Mrs. King, Martin Luther King's sister. I'll be on with them tonight doing a virtual protest. So I'm doing a lot of that stuff as well, not just singing, speaking, and being a part of what's going on and what's needed. But yeah, I'm gonna be pretty busy for a while. Can't wait to get back to the arenas, but I'll wait till everything is cleared up and people are safe. I don't want people getting sick. Money's not that important to me to put people in danger or myself. So
Tell us, give people a little bit of a little snippet of the single "Back Together" so they know what to expect. Hold on, let me.
yeah, you asked me about that. Back together, Anthony Hamilton featuring Rick James, and it's a beautiful song. If you like the best of me, stepping, that beautiful feeling of just getting back together. Why can't we just? It's one of those beautiful. It feels good. The video's amazing. It's an animated video that speaks about where we are with the COVID. It talked about, had a little bit of the COVID thing in it, but it's beautiful. It made it. It took a little bit of the heaviness off, and it's a beautiful song, and it's a beautiful video featuring Rick James in the video. D Nice is in the video, and we just wanted to capture where we are and infuse it with love and peace and a good time. So, and it's available. You can download it on everywhere.
Download it on everywhere. Last thing before we get out of here, you have a lot of fans that have been chiming in the comments and just thanking you for your words, thanking you for your honesty in relation to what's going on right now, and of course the ladies love you, Anthony. The ladies love you because you hold us down. You have anything to share with your female?
You know what? I love you, women. I love you. Demand that you are respected. Demand that you're treated in a certain way. Yeah, let's take control of what we're putting out there, image wise, and it's not that important to be liked to where you would lose a little bit of your own integrity. We love you. There are still some good men available, and it's okay to be by yourself. I've had friends who've been in love and in these relationships, and they're so afraid to be alone. Like sometimes God needs you to be alone so He can do His best work on you, and you can rely on Him and not man. And the same thing for men. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to to do without intimacy and certain things. It's okay. And just know that you are to be valued. You start with yourself, and you show people how to treat you, and you don't have to do a bunch of stuff for money and popularity, because whatever God has for you is for you, and you can do it with your head up, held high, and we love y'all. Make sure your eyelashes don't get too long. It scares us. And be careful. Make sure your lace front don't look like it's from a funeral home. It's just make sure it's the right color, all right around now. We love y'all though. I'm silly.
I do. I think we get that. I think we appreciate men that appreciate natural women. So thank you for those jokes that are geared towards natural.
Yeah, every now and again, it's cool, it's cute, but not every day. You can't have them things all every day. Not every day. Not every day.
I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Thank you so much, Anthony Hamilton. We want to make sure that we always are supporting you. You do so much for us with your music and just your activism and supporting the things that are important to our community. I'm laughing at the lace front and the eyelashes. I'm just, just a little humor from a good place.
Yeah. They be clashing. They be fighting each other, and it's like we tired of the hair battles. We love y'all though. We love you though.
Thank you so much, Anthony, for tuning in. Thank you for this interview. We appreciate your time.
Bye bye.
You guys, I'm so thankful that you guys tuned in. I apologize. This whole COVID thing, we just trying to get this together. Technology is absolutely crazy, and sometimes things don't work out. But I thank you guys for watching. He is such a great gem for our community. You guys, please support him. Follow him at Anthony Hamilton Official. He has some things coming up. Obviously, a virtual protest tonight. We definitely want to support that. As always, thank you so much for rolling out. And reality check today was a reality check for real. In the midst of technical difficulties, Anthony Hamilton had some amazing things to say, and he actually sung a little bit. If y'all didn't catch that, y'all didn't catch a little bit of those riffs that he gave us today. It was a pleasure. As always, I'm your girl, Crystal Jordan. This is Rolling Out's Reality Check, and I will see you guys next time.